So today we have come to Magliano, Sabina, which is a bit of a drive. I'll just show you the sign. So we've come to look at a museum. In our home ed journey, we've been learning about, because obviously we knew that we were going to come and see Mum and Dad. It was a planned trip, so we've been learning about the ancient Romans and stuff, and Mum and Dad have got a friend who works at the museum, something like that, and it's not normally open this time of year, but they're opening it just for us so we can have a look at some of the ancient artifacts and things. So I'm like, oh, everything's so hilly here, and we come from a place that's got like 0 hills. So yeah, it's quite exciting. It's a pretty place. So I'm in my coat because whilst it's really sunny and really bright, and when you're in the sun it's like super duper hot, but as soon as you're in the shade it's suddenly really freezing cold, but because we're high up it's like it's all mountainous, and so it's quite windy up here, so hence the coat, even though one minute I'm boiling hot and the next minute I'm cold. So that museum was absolutely amazing. We had a private tour. Generally isn't open to the public this time of year, so we had a private tour because Mum and Dad know the bloke. And we only actually looked at the Roman stuff, which was really fascinating. But the actual museum itself starts with the Stone Age on the first floor and goes up. So this area of Italy can date its heritage back to the Stone Age. It was fascinating. So like the ground floor was the Stone Age, then it was like the next floor up was the Bronze Age, etc, etc. And then they had loads of medieval stuff as well as Roman stuff. Not tons, but well, they said to us there wasn't tons, but actually there was a lot, and it was really, really good. So I didn't video in there because it was a private tour, and they were like telling us all about all the stuff and everything. So it's all local, and they were saying that the area is like really rich in history because it's close to the Tiber River. They were saying that it just proves it, because it dates back to the Stone Age, that it's a really good area to live in, because they were saying because of the Tiber River, the river proves that there's life, that life is sustainable because you can get your water, and therefore stones, and you can trade because all of the trade came in via the river. And they showed us all the pottery, and they were saying that because it's quite volcanic around this area, they developed their own way of making the pottery. They'd use the ash from the volcanoes I was just waiting for cars to go past, it wasn't so noisy. Yeah, they mixed the ash from the volcanoes in with the clay that they dug up from the soil to make their own recipe for the pottery. And it was, yeah, truly amazing. So if you're ever in the area, well worth it. Don't get me wrong, like Rome is lovely and it's rich in history and it's got lots of stuff, but actually I also find like the everyday life stuff like really interesting as well. So yeah, absolutely fascinating. And we literally only did the Roman stuff, but definitely go back to that museum again and see all the other stuff. So after we did that, we passed a gelateria, so we went and had some gelato, which was like the best. It was just amazing. And now we're at a kids play park. Let little one have a bit of a run around, but yet again it's like a play park with an amazing view. So this was the amphitheatre, so not much of it left, but it still gives you an idea of size. So we're like all the way around, so that's pretty cool. On the wall there, look. Going up the wall.
At the top, there's two. You see how this is at the top, there's a green one. I was just...
Down here, look. On the wall, yeah. got his head. It's got his look. It's got his mouth round the other one. Look, they're fighting. Look, they've got a head round the other one's head. Look, you see it? Its tail. You can have the footage I've taken as well if you like.
I just do it straight into it. So.
So this site is just amazing. We're not going to see all of it because Dad and Spudsy are tired, but it's a really good site. I much prefer things like this, like outside of Rome, that's like nice and peaceful. There's just a few students at various sites, like doing some measuring and things like that. But yeah, it's really peaceful and nice. You can actually get to look at things and appreciate it. This is a theatre. It just kind of blows my mind at how old some of this stuff is. It's just ridiculous. But yes, definitely recommend a visit. Another place that we really recommend going, we haven't done it on this trip, but we've done it on a previous trip to Italy in Rome, is Ostia Antica. That is the ancient port of Rome, or basically like the old Rome, and that's well worth a trip too. When we were in the museum today, I forgot to say, they were talking about, they think, because they're doing lots of excavations around that area at the moment, because they're building or trying to build a new underground train line, and they said that they think they have discovered the remains of Romulus, who was the founder of Rome. There were two brothers, Romulus and Remus, and so they think from all the evidence they found, they think they have found the remains of Romulus, which is kind of like blowing the archaeological, what do you call it, people? I don't know. It's kind of like really taking them by storm, and like they're like, wow. So yeah, it's really impressive. It's just kind of amazing just how much history there is around this area. There's just tons of it. Like I was saying, like they know it's a really good place to live, a really fertile, good place to live because of all the history they've got here. And Dad was saying here at this place that the main, like this was a town basically served to support Rome. Now the old River Tiber runs straight through this old town, but it's now all dried up. Now the real river is down there, but like this was kind of like geared up to like support Rome, to serve Rome. Like they would have grown olives in this district and produced the pottery, and they would have floated it down the sea to trade and sell and support in Rome. And like the pots that we saw, they had like a pointed bottom. They weren't flat because they were designed to float in water alongside the ships to keep them like stuff cool, and also to be buried in the ground to preserve the contents. So yeah, it's just absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I'm coming up to something else now. These arches, not actually sure what they are. The sign is down there, so I'm going to go and have a look at the sign and find out what they are. What is this, John? Great structures, but they don't know what. These are great structures. There we go. You can hear my voice is like echoing and bouncing off. Such a hot, beautiful day now. It's lovely. So it doesn't really say what they, what these arches were. Being the archaeologist that I am, I think they were storerooms, or because don't you think they look a bit like the Trajan markets when they had like they've just gone, yeah, like they don't really agree with me. They just went, yeah.
I say these look like the Trajan markets myself, actually.
Do you think so?
No.
Oh, I do. They look like storerooms or shops. It was?
Seems to be, it faces Rome, it says.
Yeah. Faces Rome,
Yeah, and you can see it from a long way away. So I think it's basically a big structure where you could stand on it and look at the view.
So
Yeah,
they
I think
built it just because they could.
I think so, yeah.
Just to show off.
Yeah, it's
and to
too,
be like,
too
hey,
high.
look at us.
It's two or three levels. And they're just long, open, vaulted rooms. Yeah, I guess because you've got the theatre next door, so I guess this is sort of a chill out area. Maybe have some bars, sell a few chestnuts, that sort of thing.
A few ladies of the night.
Maybe.
Just because the Romans were powerful and they could build stuff, they built stuff. Just to show off. Because like, yeah, they had the slaves. Yep, the slaves built all the stuff. The road.
The original Flamingo.
The original road. Okay, so but what is all this down here?
That's the toilets when we got here and you wanted to see.
Is it the toilets? Oh, okay. What is it then? Some sort of building. What is it?
I didn't read.
You didn't read? We were relying on you to read the thing. How could you? So Mum said that this is the remnants of the Roman road, like the real Roman road. And this is something to do with tombs. What's in there, John?
A dark hole.
A dark hole. Well, that's a dark hole, so that's fascinating. Going on the Roman road. Via Flaminia. Yeah. And this is something decorative. Oh, it's very ornamental. These bits. We're going shopping for snacks in the Conad shop. That's like, the Conad is like their, I don't know, like their equivalent of Tesco's or Morrison's or something. Conad. So yeah, Mum needs food and we're going to top up on snacks. I'm hoping to get my favourite peach tea here. I know, but like, look at the size of them. Like, We found some pottery on the floor. Well, we're not sure what they are we, Spud?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Can you get some tissue?
Yeah, in a minute. So we've brought them back to Nonna's house, and my little archaeologist has got a bowl of water and a brush, and she's just cleaning them up, just like the lady in the museum said that she does it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're cleaning them all off, and then you're going to see if you can identify what they are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm happy because I picked up my favourite peach tea. It's cold tea and it's amazing, and I'm going to have a nice glass now. So I'm standing here on the balcony of my parents' bedroom, and we're going home today, so I just thought I'd close the vlog and say bye-bye and thank you for watching and coming along our little adventure with us. We're just sort of spending time with family and having some breakfast and some playtime, and then we're going to get the train back to the station, train back to the airport later on today, and then fly back home. So sort of do it in front of a beautiful view. Bye guys.